Hi, I'm Prasheen, a product manager here at Credify, and today you get to ask me anything. So the first question that was asked was, how did you become a product manager, and what made you choose this path? So for me, it's a combination of three factors: interest, opportunity, and luck. The interest came about because when I first started in Credify, I had the opportunity to work on quite a few different projects, as well as building out new products for the company. And that piqued my interest in really building new products and building a core product. And because of that, I actually asked if there was an opportunity to work as a product manager. And fortunately, which is the luck factor, we were at a time in the company's timeline where we needed to expand the product organization, and a product manager was needed. And that's when I became a product manager. So the second question that was asked was, is being a product manager how you expected it to be? Yes and no. Yes, because I get to work on a product every day. That's something that I'm very, very interested in. I get to work with a lot of different stakeholders, both internal and external, which I enjoy very much. The no, because the scope of work is a lot more than I expected it to be. But that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means that there are more parts of the organization that you can make an impact on, and I find that challenge rewarding. What's your personal rule when it comes to prioritizing products and tasks, and when do you say no? I think the personal rule that I picked up or mastered along the way was knowing when to say no when you know it's not right for the product or the company. There are a lot of things from clients about specific features, specific things that they want to work for them, and the no comes in very clearly when it's not to the benefit of everyone as a whole. You're always looking for win-wins rather than the individual wins for specific people. And as long as you try and take that utilitarian approach and try and make everybody happy as far as possible, you'll actually be able to say no. The next question that was asked was, have you faced any challenges during the product building process that changed how you work on projects? I think the one biggest challenge that we faced across the projects that we've been working on was how to frame the relationship between your clients and yourselves, and knowing how to say no, especially when clients are paying you dollars and cents. And the advice that Jeremy, CEO, and Derek, CTO, gave the team, and myself included, was to always think of ourselves as the product owners and clients as the problem owners. And you as the product owners come in to be that problem solver and provide the best features or the best solution that works for them, and that allows you to maintain that relationship well between your clients and delivering what they need at the end of the day, which is a product that works well for them. What are some of the things a product manager should master to gain the trust of stakeholders? If I had to narrow it down to one thing, I would say that the one thing you need to have is a plan. People generally like being with the person with a plan. There's security and comfort knowing that this person knows what they're doing. And you as a product manager, one of your greatest assets is to prepare and prepare and prepare, because there are a lot of requirements with the product, especially in a software company or a SaaS company. And that requires you to be a lot more diligent in what you're doing day to day. So when you prepare and you plan as much as possible, as far as possible, the people that you're working with, whether internal or even external, start to appreciate your devotion and your ethic that you put into what you do day to day, and that inherently gets them to trust you more and more. So the next question that was asked was, how do you explain technical components to your stakeholders? Short answer is depends on who I'm talking to. I'll split it up into two groups. So you have the non-technical folks and the technical folks. For the technical folks, it's great. I actually don't. I go to them with the business requirements, what's required for the product, and then they come back to me with what works technically. So I leave that to the experts. But with the non-technical people, I put myself in their shoes as a person who may not necessarily understand the technical jargon, and just go as layman as possible. At the end of the day, as long as they understand what's needed, then that works. How do you stay ahead of the curve and ensure your products cater to your audience's changing needs? Staying ahead of the curve, quite straightforward, but just time consuming. Reading up a lot, speaking to people, just trying to find out what's available in the market. But I think one of the more important things is competitor analysis, knowing what your competitors are doing, trying to make sure that you maintain that competitive advantage that you have. Ensuring your products cater to your audience's changing needs, now that's a bit harder. I think it ultimately boils down to one thing, which is knowing your customer inside out. As a product manager, you need to be obsessed with customers or your users' problem. Because when you make sure that you understand what your user needs, you tend to be able to do a better job of building the right product, the right features to solve that problem. So always speaking to your customers and making sure you know what problems they're facing, and if those change, then you're first to be alerted of what needs to be changed for them to make it work for them. The last question is, do you have any advice for aspiring product managers? Yes, I do. Find a mentor. I think that will be the best advice I can provide. Main reason is because as a PM, or an aspiring PM, sorry, you probably read up a lot as much as you can, watching videos, attending courses, but you don't know what you don't know until you actually speak to someone in the industry. And I think that's the best way of finding information as quickly as possible if you want to be a PM. So those are all the questions that were asked today by aspiring PMs. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if any of you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Happy to help.